Be excellent to each other and party on. We're back for another Legacy League, and today we are playing Mono Black Pox. And we are not playing any reserve list cards, so you can build this entire deck for a few $100s. Let's take a look at the list. I'm very excited to play this new card, Eumidian Hatchery. I'm playing 4 of them. I think this is an insane upgrade to Pox. Let's read it. So it is a land that you tap, pay 1 life, add 1 black mana. Put a hatchling counter on this land. When this land is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, for each hatchling counter on it, create a 1/1 black insect creature token with flying. That's pretty awesome. So every time you're tapping it, you're kind of like storing up a creature token for later, and we have lots of ways of getting this into the graveyard without having to wasteland ourselves, such as smallpox, or we've got the big pox too. And in order to power these out, we of course have Dark Ritual. We have lots of creatures that don't mind getting poxed, such as Orcish Bowmasters, which brings a friend, or Nethergoyf, which can keep coming back from the graveyard. And then the rest of the deck is just really good stuff that is really good in the context of having to sack permanents with smallpox. So Liliana, of course, we're going to go to Hellbent. Let's take them to Hellbent with us. We've got the 4 main deck Nile Spellbombs. These buff our Nethergoyf, and they are very good against all the graveyard strategies, running roughshod over the format. We have 3 Hymn to Torox, 4 Thoughtseize, and 4 Momentum Breaker. I love this card. So if your opponent doesn't have a creature out, they just have to discard. But if they do have a creature out, they have to sack it. And you can sacrifice the enchantment itself to gain life, which is important because we're going to be doing a lot of damage to ourselves. And we can put the enchantment type into the graveyard, which further buffs Nethergoyf. And importantly, Barragoyfs. Uncle Barry, he's in the sideboard too. I don't put him main deck in any deck, really, other than like just pure mono black aggro, because if your opponent Thoughtseizes him and reanimates him, it's an ordeal. But this deck, I'm hopeful that we can just get in, control them long enough to beat them down with some giant Nethergoyfs, or make their life miserable with Orcish Bowmasters, and hopefully we're going to inflict a lot of misery with Liliana. We've got the 4 Wastelands, and that's really the squeeze, is just hitting their hand, hitting their lands, and disrupting them with additional disruption in the sideboard. Should we go against a combo deck? We have Inquisition of Kozilek. We have a couple Shielders Edicts. These are good against Tamio. They're good against Karnforge style decks that have Karn and that new Tezzeret Cruel Captain. We've got 4 Leyline of the Void, just additional anti-graveyard stuff. We don't want to mess around with that. And we've got Disruptor Flute, which is good against the One Ring. It's good against a lot of things. And it's just a flex slot, basically. It can come in against all kinds of different decks we encounter. So the list is pretty simple. And I've really enjoyed playing Pox, and I'm excited to play this. The land count is only 24, which is a little bit light, but the curve is super duper low. We're not trying to do anything with Karn. We're not trying to do any shenanigans with Urza Saga. We're just trying to win with these powerful, inexpensive creatures. See you in round 1. Round 1, we're up against a likely Omnitell player. We do have a pretty disruptive hand with him. Dark Ritual into Lily seems sweet. I am snap keeping this. Let's disrupt their hand. Don't turn 1 us, please. They fetch Island. Ponder, the classic opening. The fact that they went for Island here tells me they probably aren't a Daze deck. I mean, it's not guaranteed. Him. So we do have the option of just Dark Rit him. I think we get Liliana on the table. Let's think about this for a second. So if we Dark Rit in him, that is a lot safer. We can still Lily later. I just don't want them to discard like some random card they don't care about. Yeah, I'm going to do this. And this also gets pressure on the table because we don't win this game if it goes long. It's Dark Rit. Tapped out of Spell Pierce. This is our window. Him. We got Show and Tell and Brainstorm. Not bad. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. Gosh, Show and Tell and Brainstorm. What a him. And we're going to him again next turn. We have the Swamp in play, so Loch Thwain comes in untapped, and we can just immediately fire off another him. Definitely loving our position here. They need a critical mass of cards in their hand to win. We could just fetch. I'll deal with that later. That can be a Surveil land. And then we're going to keep him Hellbent with Lily. So we got Mistrise Village and a Force. Not bad. They're down to 2 cards over there. They can Surveil. They Surveil. We could waste, but I'll probably just get Liliana out. Ponder. Yeah, I'm really glad that I went the him route. I feel like we could have easily lost this if I had gotten greedy and played Lily. And we're getting close to being able to actually use Castle Lochwain, which is really cool because we're going to have a pretty empty hand here. So this Mistrized Village tells me they're probably playing blue-green. Petal. Just getting stuff out of their hand. That's fine with me. So they could definitely have Spell Pierce here. Momentum Breaker. It's a good card. It's not what we want. I don't want to show them. I would like to fetch or surveil, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'd rather keep this hidden just in case they do go get a trop with the expectation that they're going to be able to. I mean, they don't care about Mistrise. So if this gets countered, it does make my Netherglyph stronger. And next turn, I could Momentum Breaker to make them discard a card. Or I could just discard Momentum Breaker to Lily right now and attack them for even more. That's probably... Let's see if this resolves. I mean, if this resolves, I think the game's over. Because they can't win without at least 2 cards in hand. Because they need the Show and Tell and the card to put in off Show and Tell. But they know what's on top of their deck. They discard a Veil. Wow. We got so lucky that they didn't Veil us earlier with one of those hymns. I would not want to see this game from their point of view. It's got to be a nightmare over there. They're fetching. So they're getting a Surveil land, which I'm going to waste the heck out of. Oh, they're getting a mountain. They actually could be on like Show and Tell. It's like Sink and Show. In which case we could still lose. Redundant Lily. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to play this out. Then I can use the Redundant Lily ability to discard her, further buffing the Goyf. So now we're attacking for 5. And there's no reason to draw here because we've already made our land drop, but we can activate this end step and get deeper into our deck. So this is the turn where they could do something. Brainstorm. That's fine. So they're using up precious mana there. They're not dead on board. Okay, good. Yeah, I felt like we absolutely had that. We won that on the draw? Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so now Spell Bombs come out. They don't do anything against them. Inquisition definitely comes in. Disruptor Flutes come in. Other cards that are not super impactful here. Momentum Breaker is essentially just like I don't imagine there could be a situation where they get like an Emrakul and play and have to pass the turn. So this is completely dead, but it's pretty bad. Swamppox is pretty bad against non-creature decks, but we're going to get a card and a land. So we'll just try to starve them of land. Actual Factual Pox is pretty bad. They're never going to have 4 lands. This might get 2 cards out of their hand, though. I don't know. It doesn't feel super good. I think I just cut one of the Momentum Breakers. So we have Swamppox. Disruptor Flute. Can't immediately name. Is this double Smallpox hand worth keeping? I think we want to Thoughtseize. This is a... Yeah, this is not a keep because we don't have a freaking mulligan again. They mulligan as well. That's good for us. Okay, and this time we're going to keep this. Put that back. I think we do have to put back... I think we put back the Dark Rit because I'm going to slow roll it. I'm going to go get the Surveil land. And then I will just Bowmaster. Yeah, this isn't a strong hand by any means, but I didn't want to mull any deeper. I wanted to find a targeted removal spell, but I got unlucky and got like the 3 Wasteland hand during that mull. Okay, so now we'll just play this out. Now him is going to be the priority. So we'll see if we get... if they just Ancient Tomb, the game's over, or if they Petal, unfortunately. Petal, if they have a land, then it's Show and Tell, and the game's over. Just bad mulligans, unfortunately. City of Traders. Stock up. Okay, that is not the end. So they could definitely have Veil Up, which is our kryptonite. I think the blue-green version is by far the best version of OmniShow. And I do believe that OmniShow is better than Stinkin' Show. But yeah, I'm not an expert in that matter. I think that's actually pretty good. I think we just hymn them 2 turns in a row. Hope to hit their goodies. If they Veil this, it sucks, but like that's life. It'll cost them a Petal at least. They do have the Veil. Okay. All right. So the game's over, I think. I can't imagine them not having it this turn. I don't think Bowmasters is going to hold the fort here. They're playing 3 colors. Okay. Show and Tell comes in. Surprise of no one. Bowmasters will be in there. Sneak Attack. Okay. So they can put Emrakul in and kill us now if they have it. Okay. Here's Emrakul or Traxa, either one. Let's take a look at their deck. They did find the Emrakul. I didn't see anything interesting there. Just a bunch of lands and some forces. I'm happy with my sideboard decisions. Let's do it. Best card in their deck by far is Veil. So I would love to have like a Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize plus him type hand. Or even like just 2 discard effects would be great. This is a turn 1 Lily. I think it's got to be good enough. I'm going to do this. And if they have a force, it really sucks. They're mulling to 6. I don't think they... So this is each opponent. So they can't Veil this. Or each player, rather. So I can immediately Lily and then just discard... Probably a Momentum Breaker. Maybe I discard this land. Let's go ahead and fetch a Swamp here. I'm going to keep the Momentum Breaker. I'll discard the Undercity Sewer. They didn't have the force. That's great. And then next turn, I can play the Goyf. I can potentially waste something. And I can discard the Momentum Breaker, growing the Goyf. Or I could just cast Momentum Breaker, discarding the Goyf. But then we don't have really any pressure other than Lily. Okay, they discard a Flusterstorm. That's not a good card to bring. I guess it's not the worst card to bring in against this, but Spell Pierce is way better than... I realize in combo decks sometimes Flusterstorm might be what we draw here. So we've already binned our Undercity Sewer. I think I'm going to play the Wasteland out because this prevents them from surveilling. They discard a Ponder. We'll pass. If they fetch a Surveil land, I will just waste it. They don't. So if they show and tell, we can put Momentum Breaker in, just in case they put, like, you know, something really good in. We can minus Lily to make them sack all their permanents. Half their permanents. That would be good. Well, they don't have a land. That's freaking good for us. I'm worried. Well, they're not going to... Yeah, if they fetch... See, I am going to go ahead and Thoughtseize here. And if they Veil, then I'll just waste that land. They do have the Veil. So just to make sure... You in permanence, you control Hex Roof. Okay, so I can still waste this. I get a card. Plus, we'll discard this Momentum Breaker. Now we can hit him for 4. I don't see... I mean, they're going to need like a real burst of mana here. Yeah, they would need like Ancient Tomb plus Petal to be in this. Scalding Tarn. So I'll plus 1 more time and then I'm going to minus, I think. This puts another type in the yard. So they did board in Drifters, which is a card that has largely underperformed on the other side of the table when I've faced it. So next turn, we are going to make one of their lands go bye-bye. I do think making a land go bye-bye is better than making them discard a card. Let's go ahead and try this. They have another Veil. That sucks. All right. We completely whiff. So they have Ancient Tomb. So we should make them discard. Because if they find Show and Tell, then... they can still win, but they can't really because we can just minus Lily. So yeah, I'm definitely going to plus here. They're not going to discard the Tomb. They'll discard probably Emrakul or Atraxa would make sense. So they shuffle. They still have Atraxa. But again, we can make them sacrifice Atraxa. They have 1 turn to rip basically exactly Show and Tell, and then they get Atraxa, and they get the Atraxa trigger. We kill the Atraxa with minus Lily, and then they die. Yeah. Good game. That felt great. See you in round 2. Round 2, we're up against, I think he's a frequent trophy leader, DN Solver. This hand's great. Like, we play Hatchery, we Goyf, then next turn we could Bowmaster. I think I'm going to keep this. It's not like a, no, actually, it's not a great hand, but it's not a bad hand. They mulled a 6. So... if they're on combo, we're going to have to hope that a second Black Source arrives in time for him to do his thing. Great thing about this, though, is like if they decide to waste this for some reason, we do get a creature. And it's a flying creature. So it provides some degree of inevitability. So this is going to give away that we're on Pox. Because like, why else would we do this? Candelabra. Okay, so they're on Karnforge. Mox. Petal. Yeah, dump their hand. Okay. Well, it sucks because him's not going to do anything here. Now they've got some more mana. Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. So this is tap target artifact or creature. Yeah, this card is so freaking strong. I'm kind of disappointed they printed this because it just makes Karnforge even better. So I haven't even looked at the minus ability, but it may come up because every time they play an artifact, they get to put a loyalty on it. Okay, so I am going to take a minute to read this. So whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on Tezzeret. Untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Search your library for an artifact card with a mana value 1 or less, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Okay, so they can go get like another one of these potentially. This could be like a, yeah, I'm not sure what this is used for, what kind of stuff they're getting. And then you get an emblem at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact creature. That doesn't seem that strong. So it's just like a 3/3 basically. You made a creature into a 3/3 robot artifact creature. That doesn't seem like a very powerful ultimate, but I imagine it's very easy to get loyalty on him. So maybe you just don't ever use that -7 or use it in like a very specific situation. I think the main thing is just searching your library. I don't know what the strength of this card is. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So my instinct is, oh, what? That's so good. Okay, so I'm going to definitely waste this just to force him to have a second land. So let's go ahead and Darker it. We could him and we could Bowmaster. It does leave them with mana. We could also Lily here. Discard a Goyf. Then this Goyf gets big enough to deal lots of damage to this. And that still gives us mana to waste. Him will probably never be good, but that's probably okay. I probably just want to discard the him. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Now we'll waste that land. Okay, and we can hit Tezzeret to 1 loyalty, which stops them from going and getting something, but they can still like make a blocker. Wait, can they, let's see, +1/+1 counter on it. So I don't think they can threaten Lily here. They're probably, okay, just float a mana. Oh, they can untap that? Okay, I still don't understand. They could have like Portable Hole or something. That would be a card that would make sense. K command. Okay, just killing that and putting some things into play that can defend. Okay, I really needed to find a land there. I'm going to go ahead and just play out. And I will Lily just for the loyalty, I guess. I mean, I could actually just make them lose this. That might actually be better. Choke them on mana slightly, ever so slightly. They can +1 or 0 on tap. There's no way to plus this other than playing artifacts. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, they made this spawn. They could have surveilled. I'm going to kill their spawn. I'll just pass. Okay, so they have nothing to do here. So we are going to be able to kill this, thankfully. Smallpox. I will just discard this him because I want more loyalty. If I discard the Bowmaster, I can start hitting for 4 and they're on a 4-turn clock. That might be better. I mean, that may seem like extremely greedy, but like realistically, if I get another black, I'm just going to use it immediately to Smallpox so I get a bunch of creatures. Yeah, I'm just going to start targeting them. This guy doesn't scare me right now if they're just, unless they have a way to like draw multiple cards, not for them. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap this. I don't think my life matters. Come on, land. All right, another Bowmasters. I'll hold on to that one. I will just bin this, or sorry, him. I don't think this is ever going to matter. Like if we ever draw a land, it's like so devastating. They have tons of mana though. It's fine. They can use the ability to go search for something. I'm not sure what they're going to get, but again, like Portable Hole is a candidate. Soul God Lantern. That does do stuff. Burn out the mana. So I mean, now we have 5 counters on it. If we find Smallpox, I think they're dead on. So what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and attack first. See if they want to crack this. Okay, they do. So now I can go ahead and just fetch. So I still do 1 damage. Swamp. They take 1 damage here. Now what I can do is I can go Smallpox, end the game effectively because I'm going to have 6 flying creatures. I mean, I guess they could somehow rip something that can keep them alive here, but like these are flying. We will end. Like they could. Yeah, I'm not sure how they would stop that. Okay, that felt good. Okay, so I think we got lucky there. Disruptor Flute's definitely coming in. But this is precisely the kind of matchup where you don't want Barrier Wife because Shielder's Edict, Inquisition probably. Cards that are bad. I feel like we'd be extremely lucky to be able to use Pox. I don't think Null Spellbound does anything here. I mean, on the draw, this is definitely going to be embarrassing. Like if they just dump their hand and we're ripping. Maybe this isn't where we... I would love to rip something out of their hand, but they deploy their hand so quickly. It's possible that we don't want him because at least this can take... I mean, we didn't see anything that costs more than 3 mana, but I presume they have giant stuff in there. I do like Momentum Breaker here. It's flexible. I think we just play like that. Nethergoyf is a heck of a card. It's already shown up a lot. Okay, so this is great. We can Dark Writ and Bowmasters here. Yeah, Dark Writ, Thoughtseize, Bowmasters. That seems good. Tower, okay. Or we could just waste. I think I like just wasting just in case they have... Because they would have like a burst of 4 mana if they have the other one, the Planar Nexus. The other option is we Dark Writ, we Thoughtseize, then we Smallpox. But like, is that good? I think the simple thing to do is just waste and pass. Because they have to have the combo to get the 4 mana. Petal. Ancient Tomb. Monolith. Key. Oh, Tez. Oh, now they can go get the key. Okay, so I think my play like of Thoughtseizing would have been better here than what I did. So we can finish this off, but it's not even that big of a deal. The main thing is they got the key. And if they have a way to deploy it, we're screwed. But now I could just swamp Thoughtseize, take the key if they don't have a Mox. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I can ping that too. And have a board presence. I think that's fine. Dark Writ. Okay, so we take the key. And then we just ping this to death. And they have a hand, but it's a very reactive hand. If we take the K command, but the problem is that gives them a lot of mana, and I want to get them off mana. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Bowmaster them. And we should be able to get rid of all their mana. I mean, they'll always be like 1 key away from survival. So they could... Okay, they drew a Petal for turn. They could K command, exile this, and draw a card. It's not particularly strong. Thoughtseize answers the K command, but... Yeah, I mean, like... let's think about this. So they do draw a card before they exile. So we would get a buff to this before combat. I'll play that out. I will go ahead and do this because then I can take whatever they have left. I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and K command while they have the mana. Oh, they can do that. Now, I want to do this before combat. There's the K command. So exile our Bowmaster, but if they choose to draw a card, they'll probably choose. They might choose to create the mana instead of drawing a card. They are choosing to create spawns. That's fine. We'll take the portable hole, and we'll come in for a quick hug. And I think what we're gonna do is just Smallpox them next turn. As sad as that is, like it'll leave us basically hellbent, unless we draw something good. So we're both like living off top decks here. But they drew Monolith. Okay, that's fine as long as they don't find a key. Now I think we wait. We wait a turn, and then we can get Lily in before we have to before we Smallpox. Okay, they're drawing lands. That's not what we want to see. We want to see them drawing expensive stuff they can't cast. I'm going to Surveil. Looking to Surveil like a Nethergoyf to the bin. Disruptor Flute. I don't think this is good enough because they have 2 different types of monoliths. They have 2 different types of keys as well. But Manifold Key, they're probably playing a lot of Manifold Keys. What else could... Well, I guess technically whatever we draw, we're going to have to discard. I don't want to spend my turn because I don't want to get rid of Smallpox itself. So they have nothing in hand. So I'm just going to Lily, and I'm going to make him sack. I'll discard this Momentum Breaker so I can keep the Pox around. Is extremely awkward. So it might make sense to go ahead and just do this because if we Lily, we are ticking up toward nuking half their board. Now I'm just going to make them sack it. I'll keep this around. So they do that to untap their Monolith. That's no surprise. Now we attack. I don't know about that play. Let me know in the comments if you think that was a bad play. Like, I don't imagine they have a way they could quickly kill this. They have a giant K command, and that's probably the game, sadly. Oh, a giant walking ballista is also... Actually, if I Smallpox, that... All right, so we Smallpox, we sack this. They're almost certainly going to ping Lily. I don't want to discard any of these cards. Yeah, I'm just going to Smallpox here. It sucks, but like this does reduce their mana. Okay, that's it. Might as well ping me 3 times. Yeah, I don't know that was the right play. I just wanted to get rid of a land. I did force them to get rid of their creature. I could have done that with a Momentum Breaker. I just want to reduce the total amount of land they have. Now I can Momentum Breaker and make them discard that. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm playing right here. discarded the One Ring. Okay, good. Good. Decks. Their top decks are so much better than mine. They got a mana source there. It is usable. We'll play this. Yeah, I think I just keep playing out the lands. We're really looking to get Nethergoyf and have them brick several turns in a row. They have all the mana they need, though. When they draw the next One Ring, that's it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'll play it out. There's no point in keeping these in my hand. Okay, they're going to untap their things there. It's just a matter of time. So many things they could rip here. If they One Ring, I'll just concede. Karn. I think we concede this. I think I blew this. Like, we would have had... Yeah, I don't think that was correct to cast the Smallpox when I did. I don't know that it was correct to play Liliana at all. Like, they never put anything out. So one of the issues with this deck is it cannot close quickly. Let's see. Like this hand, it doesn't do anything with the Dark Ritual. We could swamp. It just doesn't do anything. Except I need a mull of this. Okay, this is also like kind of a do nothing hand, but if we find land, it does stuff. I don't know. This also, I want to Thoughtseize them. I'm gonna mulligan, and there's the high roll of Dark Ritual plus like double discard type of, but I can't count land. I know I have 24 lands in my deck. The one thing I'll say about this deck is it's not a big deal to mulligan a lot because you're generally going to Hellbent anyway. I want a hand with that land that I can like that whatever it's called hatchery. It's just in this matchup especially because of the flying, like the ability to pressure their planeswalkers. Just a whole bunch of bodies they can't really deal with. Okay, I'm gonna mulligan again. I mean, yeah, this is a freaking keep. Okay, so I don't want this Pox. It's too... Well, wait. They could lose more than one... Here's my thinking. We Thoughtseize, we Bowmaster. We could put back Pox and the Swamp. And then we have Goyf. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to play like super aggro. There is no next turn, basics. Let's go ahead and just Dark Rit. Let's Thoughtseize. And we'll play the Bowmaster. And then next turn we can Nethergoyf. Oh, wow. They have a freaking hand. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. So they don't have a lot of mana. If we take the Monolith, it'll take them a while to deploy anything to slow them down, but they have like inevitability if they draw lands. K command can exile our I think it's got to be the Monolith. Like the game is over if they get far enough. If we take the K command, then they can't use One Ring as much, but they have 2 One Rings. They just need to draw a single mana source, and we might be able to draw a Wasteland. Pox would obviously be good, but we need to... I think I'm going to take the Monolith, and then I'm just going to go ahead and play this. And we're going to hope that we punch a big enough hole. Smallpox is very good because we get the creatures off of this. Okay, I'm just going to play this out. So this K command cleanly deals with our stuff. They do have to pay life to activate this, but they get K command. They can't get rid of this yet. Okay, so we haven't gotten any new information about what's in their hand. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and go in for a hug here. Everything. Okay, they are going to K command something. Probably our Nethergoyf. And they're creating some spawns. So they're going to be able to use the spawns to cast One Ring. It's bad news for us. But they may go for, they may go for One Ring. Okay, they found plenty of mana. So I think the game's probably over here. It's fine. This doesn't tap. Okay, they have the key now. So I definitely feel vindicated because they would have drawn the key and they may have had key already. They're exiling, paying 1 life. I'm going to put a counter on this. And holy cow, that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and attack. Not blocking, so I'm going to go ahead and do this now. I mean, they can just One Ring and survive for a very long time, but we're putting some damage on them. They're at 6. If they get like a Karn and try to hide, I'm not sure. Like they could definitely hide behind Karn, but they have a lot of cards in hand. So they're not going to be able to ensnaring bridge us. They have so much mana though. I think they can just One Ring repeatedly and win that way. Yeah, because they'll likely be able to find a K command. And once they find a K command, they can just get rid of the large orc army and largely ignore the Bowmaster pings because the pings will be going off when they are behind the ring. Okay, they use 5 mana. There's 1 ring. 6 here. So I'm going to be pinging my own dude. So he's going to get really big, but it's not going to matter. They can untap and do it again if they'd like. And then next turn, they can just One Ring again. The One Ring is such an annoying card. Like, anyway, I'll try to refrain from complaining about the dumb design of it. It's just like a boring ass card, frankly. I mean, once I saw that they had double One Ring, I knew the game was going to kind of end this way. I kind of knew this. I've been here so many times. Just like my opponent is almost dead, but they've got a bunch of One Rings in hand. And yeah, I'll try to spare you the assault. At this point, they can draw enough cards off One Ring that, like, so they'll probably just One Ring again here, or yeah, Planar Nexus. Okay, they exiled that. They've already made their land drop. They could just ring again and draw even more cards. So I'm thinking it's possible we get them low enough to where, because that's not like something that One Ring doesn't protect you. Okay, they've untapped the One Ring. They're One Ring again. So they are going to lose this 3 life no matter what. I don't think there's a way to gain life in their deck. So they lose that 3 life. And if we find Smallpox, we can do one, but that's still not dead. So I'll just pass. I have Shield's Edict up if they find Glittering Fleshraker. It's each opponent, so this does not target. So they drop to 2. So probably draw 4, and then they'll play the other One Ring. Manifold Key. So I imagine they're just going to cast Glaring Fleshraker, and that's when I will... okay, they're adding tons of mana. They could play like that Ugin card or something like that. That would... also, they're not going to be able to tap the One Ring now because they don't have protection. They have to play the other one first. Okay, Legend Ruler City. They can't tap their Ancient Tomb as well. Okay, that's fine. That comes in. As soon as they put something on the stack, we're going to Shield's Edict. This is just the first one. They'll have more. They've seen tons of cards. We won't be able to cleanly deal with this other one. So they're going to do something to ping us a bunch right now. See how much mana do they... This might be lethal, actually. So they can't tap that Tomb. This is not lethal. They're going to create a bunch of dudes, but this is going to... Oh, but if they have another one... So we take a bunch of pings here. I'm just going to F6 from here. They exile one of those. So they sacrifice it, but they can play another one. And they have tons of mana. So if they do have another K command, they could play... We're at 6 now. They have plenty of mana to play another One Ring. Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. Minus ability kill us somehow. But we have a blocker, so they have to clear that. There's their One Ring. They're down to 3 cards. They get Pro. When they tap this, I can ping Tezzeret instead of pinging my own. All I need is a freaking... because they're going to tap this, right? All right, so options. We could just kill this. Kill this and we get attack. They're going to try to lock us out of doing anything for the rest of the game. So if we attack, they could crack back with like a pretty powerful... They could Mycosynth Lattice us, which... I mean, we're never going to kill them. Thus, they could go get Portable Hold. I mean, my instinct is just chill with it. So they no longer have Pro, but we don't have any pressure. Okay, adding some mana. That does add... Okay, that's fine. Once they put something on the stack, I can... So they're going to have to sacrifice this. Okay, it's gone. Now I just F6. And I'm at 5 life, so it's very easy for them to kill me. They get a Manifold Key. Okay. Legend Ruler land. They can keep doing... I mean, they do have Mystic Forge, so they can keep playing cards, even though their hand is small. They have essentially... Mana is the sole gate. Tezzeret. Searching. Walking Ballista. Okay, and that's game. Yeah, not a satisfying way to lose, but see you in round 3. All right, so we're up against friend of the channel, Alec in the Ink. This hand is great because we can just straight Lily, but they're on lands. That might be bad. Yeah, I'm going to see what they do. I mean, I definitely want to keep this. They may not be on lands. They've got Vivi as their avatar. Maybe they're on Wizards. That'd be cool. Like, this would be a good anti-Wizards hand. The Smallpox is awkward here because we really need those lands. Okay, so they just play the land out. So my instinct is... Okay, Goyf is nice. I think I'm going to just go for the Lily. Like, turn 1 Lily is pretty strong against blue strategies. If they have the Force, it's... Well, actually, we could just Thoughtseize, Goyf. I think I'm going to try to Thoughtseize them. Because if they're on, like, Show and Tell... Okay, so it's a 1-for-1. I'll just Thoughtseize them slowly. Yeah, and they're brainstorming. So they're getting a suboptimal brainstorm, which makes me think that they're on like a combo deck and not a... Like, they could be on Doomsday. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and Thoughtseize here. I'd love to draw another land. Okay, that's not bad. I'm going to Thoughtseize. Now I can Daze Protected Thoughtseize, and then I can just play out the Spell Bomb, which probably will just crack through. Okay, they're forcing that. That's very good for me. Card that enters force, pitch, force. All right, so let's go ahead and drop our spell bomb here. And I'm going to wait because I do want the card for this. I feel like this is going to be like, we're the control deck here. Oh, interesting. They might be on like some sort of mono blue strategy. Right, that's good. I want to Thoughtseize first. I mean, there's a risk that we Thoughtseize and then they have Merc and we just spell bomb. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and this will give me more information when I. But the fact that they're probably on some sort of show and tell deck is if they're force pitch like, because if you're on a tempo deck, you wouldn't necessarily. Oh, don't have Veil, Felia. Oh, man after my own heart. I love me some Felia. Okay, so they're on a brew. What's this cryogen relic? Be Value City. This is a cool card. Very cool card. It's a common too, so this will see some popper action. And then I'm just going to... There's no reason to fire off my now spell or do anything. We'll take the hit. This doesn't do a lot against our deck. Wasteland. Oh, I forgot to play out my freaking land. Blah, 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 I'm dumb. Okay, you can't waste me. I'm going to waste myself. So tilted that I screwed that up. Yeah, because I definitely could have like potentially Smallpox there. Smallpox would be very strong here. Their hand is this town and Prismatic Vista. Yeah, that's fine. I'm back here. Okay. So we can Smallpox. I think we do. Wait, they could this town. They could this town get her back into hand. They don't. I'm going to discard Lily because she's far away. And then we lose this land. They lose a land. And then we pass. Next turn we have Undercity Sewer and Nethergoyf. They discarded an Prismatic Vista. Okay, so they have this town ain't big enough and no blue source. I think discarding a Prismatic Vista, if I understand correctly, I think that was a huge mistake. If that's what I want to double check that. Like against Pox, you always want to hold lands. Discard, yeah, I think that was I wouldn't have done that, frankly. Okay, so let's spin this. I mean, we do have the mana. It's an above average top deck. Yeah, I mean, they're playing blue, so they're going to have cantrips. Play our Giant Goyf out. I will eventually crack this off. I'll be embarrassed but they're not close to Merc. Okay, they find another land, which is bad for us. Okay, Storm Chaser Talent. It's a cool card. So I think what I'm going to do here, I mean, I can't just ping it. They have this town, but they don't have the mana to use it. And this will allow me to get my crack in. All right, we got our clock going. I think this game is handily ours. I'll be surprised if we lose. They can, this town, hit this, bounce like this out of play, or bounce one of these creatures out of play. Then they can re-roll the Storm Chaser Talent, but it's not going to set the world on fire. They can waste me. That is actually not a big deal because my only card is Nether. If they don't waste me, I will fire off the spell bomb. Thoughtseize. There's no point in doing the Thoughtseize. I'm going to go ahead and come in for a hug first, and then I'll play the Nethergoyf post-combat. So just the amount of information they have, it's a good heuristic. They get this town, bounce this out of existence, save some damage, or bounce that back to hand. It is totally fine. They're still taking 2 here, and they don't know I have the second one. How did they get... Oh, they had the thing. I should have actually Thoughtseized that out of their hand, because that gives them something to target with this town if they draw another one. And I don't know that I'm going to have Thoughtseize target. Okay, maybe I will. But the question is, do I want to Thoughtseize them here? I think I probably do. Smallpox. I think we just keep hitting them. I'm going to attack like this. I'll keep the Bowmaster back. And then I think I just disregard the fact that I don't think they're going to have a sweeper. That would be impressive if they did have one. I think we just want to get lethal pressure on the table. Staff of the Storyteller is a very good card. So they're playing something similar to the blue-white tokens that I played in the past. Actually, this might be the exact list, or it's not the exact list because I didn't play Days in it. But I do love this archetype. They can't staff currently. They don't have the mana anyway. Yeah, they're in a pretty rough spot. So, I don't think Now Spellbomb is going to do anything. Let's take it out. Shield's Idiot is terrible. This is probably a Beargoyf. No, because they have tons of tokens. Disruptor Flute, I can't really get behind it. I think Inquisition might be good. They're going to have stuff in their hand. I mean, we could put a Beargoyf in. Maybe we put more Beargoyfs in. Because it's going to outclass most of their stuff. I don't like Pox here. I mean, I don't like Pox in general. Frankly, the only reason I just wanted to have yet another way to trigger Hatchery. Maybe that's the wrong way of going about it. Maybe I should just, like, if it's really big, I can just waste it. And Pox, this card does kind of suck. Yeah, I'll just play another Barragoyf and we'll do that. I think Momentum Breaker is pretty weak here. Paying 2 mana to remove a token is not great. Speaking of Momentum Breaker, I mean, this is a him hand. Thoughtseize into him. They could easily get a lot of stuff out before. Do we want to mulligan into something more aggressive? I think we keep this. I mean, Bowmaster is probably extremely good against their deck. All right, I'm just going to Thoughtseize them. They may have Pierce. They're brainstorming, it looks like. Nope, they're just floating and dazing. Do they want to get an imperfect brainstorm? Okay, they're not doing that. I'm always excited when my opponent like imperfect brainstorms. So they did cost themselves some tempo there. The question is, do we want to go for the him here? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, this is basically the best card in the deck. Oh, so we get the 2-for-1 anyway. The Cryogenic Relic. That is a sweet card. My goodness, that is going to rock with Felia. When it enters and when it leaves. So you're just drawing cards like crazy. I hope they play out a Felia here because I could get 2 creatures and kill her. So the problem with playing Lily here is they can immediately reset her. Momentum Breaker. Yeah, I think we play her out and we just plus her. And then next turn, we're going to try to small pot. So at least this forces her to come out, or forces Felia to come out. But I suspect she will come out. And we'll do this. I will discard a Momentum Breaker because I want to be able to use this because I'm going to lose a land when they discard a Strand. Okay, so again, I genuinely think against Pox style decks, you just hold your lands and you would never want to discard lands. That's my humble approach. Yeah, and there's the Felia. So if they have that thing, they pitched 1 to force, but they could go crazy with her. There it is. So when this enters or leaves, draw a card. That's really strong. So we need to get our Bowmasters stacked. They are going to be able to attack here, trigger this. We are going to be able to kill Felia, hopefully. She's going to hit Lily, I presume. And if they have a force, it is backbreaking. Or even, well, Spell Pierce we can pay for. And they can sack it later. They just drew 3 cards, basically. All right, so I'm going to play this out. I think I need to kill this so badly that I should Smallpox first. And then I can Momentum Breaker if I absolutely need to. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, I can Momentum Breaker. Okay, so we're going to discard this land for sure. And then we'll sacrifice this. We'll get 3 creatures. We get our creatures. Now, I'm going to Momentum Breaker. And so they're going to have to discard 2 cards. This card, Momentum Breaker. I won't stop singing his praises. It's like perfect for situations like this where like a Shieldred's Edict would just be dead. So they have to discard here. Just plus, and they'll discard again. So we just kind of like wiped out like a lot of the cards. I mean, we did it at the cost of our own hand. So they discarded another Felia. Holy cow, that's such a win. Granted, Felia wouldn't have been able to productively attack. Like she would have been able to trigger this, but like I have a wall of blockers now. Okay, they're fetching. So this is going to give me... No, wait. It's only during my turn. Okay, they do have the other Felia. So we're going to have to minus to kill her. But she has to die. Let's go ahead and take a look at their hand. Okay, we'll take that Ponder. We'll kill Felia. And then we can swing in. And this will give us the opportunity to sack this for life. Very dominant position right now. Gosh, we just shredded their hand. We did them really dirty. They can still sack this and get a card. Okay, Staff, that's a good card to rip for sure. They get a body and have to plus here because I don't want to die. Oh, interesting. So they don't have to discard, but this does clear the path and it kills their land. That's the most important. Plus here, we'll come in for our hug and we're almost max speed, at which point we can gain 4 life because we are kind of low in life. So they have white mana, they can activate that, but they're going to need a lot of stuff. And we're just going to keep ticking up as they get like help. So now, like, unless they find a land. Okay, they did find a land. But we are going to be able to get rid of that card that's in there. I'll play that out so I don't have to discard back. And now we're max speed, so we can just... Yeah, there's no reason to wait. I'll just do it now. It's very cool. And if we ever draw another one, we're already at max speed, so we just immediately gain the 4 life. They don't have blue, so they can't activate this. I think if they hadn't discarded that land and they'd been able to play it, they wouldn't be in this exact situation that they're in. I'm going to go ahead and waste them now. They're going to waste their own waste. Oh, no, wait. They're just going to add a mana. Okay, let's go to combat here. All right. We will attack here, and I will plus. They're working through these insects, but, I mean, like, we presented quite an army there. It's a very good card. That's good for them, for sure. Wasteland of the Yard. Okay. We have a lot of live top decks here. Nethergoyf is one of them. Oh, no. No, I freaking discarded him. That's dumb. That's so dumb. Yeah, there's a muscle memory. Sorry, my excellent friends. I can bring him back, but yeah, I will bring him back. Just because I punted once doesn't mean I'm going to keep. We don't actually have another friends. I totally could win this game. We have plenty of time on the clock. They draw a land. So they have this relic that they can trigger to draw a card. Yeah, and they can also stun this so I don't get an attack. They're going to do here. Okay, hopefully this is something we can discard. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just discard whatever they find. Unless they find a land. Wait, did they already play a land for turn? Yeah. So we'll do the, make them choose their permanents pretty soon. But I do need to go up one. If we can flip a land, we can go ahead and get our bears. Okay. Go ahead and plus here. Or Nethergoyf, rather. It's instant, land, sorcery, and I have to choose. Perfect. So again, like having a variety of types allowed me to recover from this huge punt. They're not dead on board. They could easily like rip that Storm Chaser talent, which is quite good, like mid game, in terms of like allowing you to draw a card. They bounce the Lily. They can't redeploy though, so I am going to be able to redeploy and rip their hand. But I mean, they didn't have anything else to do. So our hug, they're at 2. We have our Liliana going again. Yeah, this game would have ended like 3 turns ago had I not punted. All right, so they could have like a plow here, and I will be just in case they clear this. But they're dead to like a smallpox. They're dead to a lot of stuff here. Okay, there's a staff. I will just minus to kill it and then attack. Okay, they're drawing. I think that's dead. They may. Oh wait, yeah, they're hellbent. So this is death. This is the. Yeah, good games. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like their build. I think Felia is insane. She's great. I love her. And I'm glad that people are playing her. I'm also glad that we're 2-1 in this league, losing only to Karnforge in a pretty close game 3. See you in round 4. All right, we're up against a likely Mystic Forge player again. We are on the play. However, our hand doesn't do anything. I have to mulligan this. This is much better. It's not a ton better, but I'll put the Undercity Sewers on the bottom. And then we'll just play out one of these fetches. I guess maybe it would have made sense to put the fetch on because I definitely am going to use the Undercity Sewers. I mean, I guess if they are on Blood Moon, it makes sense to do it this way. Okay, yeah, Karnforge. The key, I can't stop that. Let's surveil. I wouldn't mind Dark Writ. It's not the... Oh, I grabbed the wrong freaking card. Oh my goodness, if I draw a land, I'll be so upset. Okay, I didn't draw a land at least. Well, I'm just going to hold off. I'm not going to deploy this because I want to deploy a Bowmasters. Yeah, now I just awkwardly won't be able to surveil. Monolith, so they have all the mana in the world. The One Ring, please. Another key. Okay, yeah. I think this game's already over. And I don't think like the sequencing is an extremely strong hand. Mystic Forge comes out. Okay, yeah, I think the game's over. Because they can just stack their deck here. They're using it again. All right, so I am going to go ahead and put my Bowmasters out and start doing damage because they do use their life total as a resource, but I mean, realistically, we have almost no chance here. Because we're a no reserve list, we're not playing. The other option is just draw through the spell bomb. I don't want a smallpox here. I don't think killing a land is worth it, but like actually killing a land makes it so that they only have one land. I mean, they can most likely find another Nexus or another. Maybe it does make sense to, because I don't think Lily does anything here, frankly. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we go ahead and fetch. I'm going to get a swamp. I'm going to play out a Nethergoyf. I'm going to attack for 2. I am going to smallpox because I think like hitting their mana is literally all we can do. We can hope to. No, it doesn't really make that much sense. It doesn't do a lot. All right, well, I'm going to do it. Smallpox, we'll pitch the Nile spell bomb that doesn't do anything here. We'll lose our token because they just need 1 mana to kick off the chain. But like this does reduce their mana by 3. It's not nothing. We have more pressure on the table now. They play City of Traders. Another key. So they have like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to do the math. I think they have like something like 15 mana or something. Plus Ricker. This is going to end the game very quickly. If they put the, so they can untap everything. Yeah, I think we just go to the next game. I don't think there's any chance here. And again, like, it's a boring deck to play against, frankly. So if I seem like I'm giving up like a 2 or 3% chance of victory to save us like 10 minutes, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't want. Okay, so Momentum Breaker is better than Shield Red's Edict, but Shield Red's Edict is an instant. It's not better because a lot of times we're going to want to kill a. So we'll take out these spell bombs for sure. And then we have 3 more. I do think Disruptor Flute is good though because we can One Ring, and that's pretty. I think Pox. Yeah, I think it doesn't belong in the deck. Like, don't build with this deck card. We're probably never going to cast it this league. I know that may upset some people. It's too much mana, Pox, and it's very hard to cast. And I don't think it's often going to get the one or discard or sacrifice. Like, a lot of the meta is just totally creatureless, like what we're up against. So I do think that the cards we cut here are Momentum Breakers, just because Shield Red's Edict can go at instant speed, which is very important for stopping them on a go-off turn. All right, so this is a Dark Ritual. Oh, this will come into play tapped, though. I think it's still okay. We can Dark Rit, Kozilek, and then we can potentially Masters if we need to. I don't generally mulligan Dark Ritual hands unless they are do-nothing Dark Ritual hands. Like, Bowmasters is quite good against their deck because of the One Ring. It could be that the deck doesn't need 2 of these. I've never activated it. It could be that it's just better as a swamp. Okay, Urza Saga. Manifold Key. So unfortunately, even if we flute naming Urza Saga, oh, that's good. That's really good. Okay, so what I think we do here, yeah, we may want to flute just naming Urza Saga to prevent them from putting any interesting land. Yeah, one of the coolest lands printed in a long time in my. All right, so let's go ahead and Kozilek them, Inquisition them, Inquire them. Inquiring minds want to know, what degenerate stuff do you have going on there in Karnforge land? Okay, so Fleshraker is the take here. Yeah, they don't actually have anything to do with these keys. So next turn, let's see how next turn they have Petal and Ancient Tomb, so they can get the dude out. Yeah, my opponent said they were going to put that. I think we could just pass the turn. So next turn they're going to almost certainly Petal. I mean, if we just freaking name Karn when they play it, they put that on the stack, and then we Dark Ritual Disruptor Flute, and they have to crack their Petal to do that. I mean, there is certainly a risk they just go the Construct route, but I'm not actually that afraid of the Construct route. The other thing I could do, though, is I could just Dark Rit Lily, and then next turn I could, because I can get them to discard a card, and then I have the ability to minus killing one of their constructs. Yeah, I think I do that. Let's just do the highest mana value thing. When in doubt, just do the high mana value. Force everybody to discard. I will discard a Bowmaster. They're going to discard or a Redundant Karn, maybe? They discard the key. Okay, that's good. Because Karn is going to get completely shut off by Disruptor. Oh no, Lily's not going to be able to kill this thing because they're going to do it in step. Like, that was a dumb play on my part. Yeah. Wasteland. Holy cow, that's so good. So we hit this. Then they won't be able to, they'll be able to create one dude, but they won't be able to, yeah. And this will also force them to, they're doing it. That's great. So this dies. Now I can just minus here. Okay, and they're going to have 0 mana at the end of this turn. And we have a Bowmasters. Yeah, I'm feeling like actually this is like pretty good position. So they can go get Needle. They want to Needle my Lily. Candelabra. Okay, so they can actually do 4 mana here, interestingly. Okay, and it looks like they're doing that, which is great. So I'll just flute their Karn here. But unfortunately, they are not tapping the Petal, which is what I really wanted them to do. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do this. Flute. We'll name Karn, and then I will probably just... Will Bowmaster just ignore Karn from here? We got Karn the Great Creator. No activated abilities from user. I don't know that they have a way to kill this. Oh wait, they might have Portable Hole. We saw the other player playing Portable Hole. Okay, Dark Ritual is fine. No reason to use it. I'm going to put it on them. If they can Portable Hole this, that's okay. Let's go ahead and make them discard. Okay, and they discard the other Karn, and we're passing. They have lots of mana. Hand is unknown. Completely unknown, I believe. Okay, they're adding 4 mana. This could be One Ring. If they start One Ring, I will just ping Karn to death. That's one reason to like just chill and like focus on them when I can. And because there will be opportunities to ping when they're One Ring. It's worth noting that they can get an extra mana out of this They tap that. If they have K command, it's pretty bad actually for me. I think one of my best draws is probably Smallpox because I can get rid of this land. Yeah, that's terrible for me. Okay. Okay, Thoughtseize doesn't do anything. We don't want to cast it. We're just going... I mean, we could technically Thoughtseize them and kill one of these. I don't think impactful enough. I think it's better to just hang on to the life. Leave a comment with the timestamp if you have strong disagreement with not casting the Thoughtseize. Because we could minus and hit that. They're not going to have a hasty way of making us do anything here. Extra loyalty here. I will tap this. Okay, so that kills that, but now they can create constructs, which is bad news bears. Potentially get an additional. Okay, Lily number 2, not really what we want to see. Let's go ahead and plus here. Does it make sense to kill this? Because they're going to lose. Yeah, they don't have anything in their hand. Again, just completely ignoring Karn with the hope that they don't ever find an answer to. And then we can do this hatchery thing again. And we're going to go so wide that it's possible that, like, short of... Okay, so they don't actually have enough... Oh, now they do. They can go 1, 2, tap. No, they don't actually have enough mana, I don't believe. Dark Ritual. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to minus, kill that, and then I can Dark Rit. Let's go to combat. I'm just not going to attack. They're going to make the dude. That's fine. I will not attack. I will Dark Rit. All right, and we're kind of like treading water till this gets destroyed somehow. They can go get a Mox, but they're not going to be able to make a dude here, I don't believe. Oh, they could go get Portable Hole. No, it has to be one colorless. It can't be, they get EE, they could get Mox Opal, okay. So they have that card in hand. I imagine it's a K command or something. Yeah, there's no reason to cast this. Card this Thoughtseize, that works. They discard Mystic Forge, let's go in. They are within 2 swings if we can kill this somehow. Again, like I'm at the point, I probably wouldn't waste it myself. Maybe it would be worth wasting. Oh, I should have tapped it. I didn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and plus here. They discard a Mystic Forge. That's great for us. And then we can surveil. This is a heck of a long game. My goodness. And I don't feel like I'm winning. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fetch. Surveil. That is precisely the kind of thing we need. Let's put it on top. And you may be thinking like, okay, you're going to get into a situation where you regret having tapped that so much. And that is entirely possible. Play this now because we don't want to discard it. And then they don't have K command mana, I don't believe. Love to see it. Let's come in. At any point, if they draw like that, I'm not sure exactly what they could draw here, but like they need more mana, first of all, and then they need something to do with that mana. As long as they don't draw mana, we just keep discarding their action. But if they do find mana, it's going to get ugly. Boseiju. Oh no, I didn't think about Boseiju being in their deck. Well, see what they go get. So we can start activating this now. They're just plussing it. Did they target anything? I don't think they did. All right. Okay, let's think about this. So I think we just go ahead and boom, boom. And I'm just going to hit it with everything and it'll be at 1 loyalty. So it won't be able to do much. City. Okay. So I think we won. Because we can just fire 1 at this, and then the other stuff goes at them, and they're going to be so low in life. We can activate this to draw cards. Or we're like 1 turn away from ultimating it, and I will ultimate. Okay, they're making a blocker. I'm just going to go ahead and minus here. So they have to sacrifice their Manifold Key. Play my land out. And then I will attack that Karn. Attack them. And I can wait and draw a card later. They are not dead on board, but they're close. Okay, that was hard fought. Like, you don't get free wins with this deck, generally. There might have been like some games where you kind of free win, but it was... So definitely correct to have Shieldred's Edict in over Momentum Breaker there, just in case it came up. Yeah, Lily did a lot of work there, actually. Disruptor Flute was very powerful in buying us time. Okay, this is another Disruptor Flute hand. I don't get the vibe that this is powerful enough. But if they do have a slow start, this Smallpox, I mean, we need a Dark Red hand. I'm going to... Call me like crazy, but I am going to mull this. I mean, I realize we could go Netherwolf. Netherwolf doesn't do anything. Yeah. Okay, this is a hand. This is a hand. So we can Dark Rit, Thoughtseize him, if they have a hand still. They may not. What are we putting back? No reason to put back Castle Locthwain. We're going to put back a Swamp because then we maintain Smallpox. I think we should. Just in, yeah, I mean, we're not winning this game in terms of like, we don't have any win lined up, but I hope this is going to be sufficiently disruptive. Their deck is such that like they can just chill and like top deck insane stuff. Like their deck is very good at top decking. Okay, Monolith. So this is what I feared. They may just dump their entire hand and then it doesn't matter that we have. So yeah, they're going to be able to dump their hand. So yeah. You've got to be freaking kidding me. What a freaking kick in the teeth. Oh my goodness. So freaking turn 1 ring. Yeah, we've lost. Yeah, we've lost before we've taken a turn functionally. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe, yeah, it doesn't matter because they can draw my cards. I'm going to spare you. This is over. All right. So lost twice to Karnforge. Very frustrating to lose after that very kind of careful game 2, but like sometimes they'll do that. And it had to be 1 ring. Like I think a lot of other hands, and to be fair, oh no, we're playing this guy again. Oh, we're going to play Karnforge again. I'm sorry, my excellent friends. I'm going to spare you. I'm just going to spare you. I don't want to play against this deck again. See ya. All right. So that was fun. Let's play another league with this deck. It is a great deck. I had fun with it, but like, I'm sorry. I don't want to play Karnforge 3 times. I think we had fun with the other matches. So what changes should we make? We take out the Pox, and I'm sorry if like you're like, wait, why did you like? I just can't do it to myself. I cannot stand that deck. I'm sorry. I think in terms of like improving our matchup, I don't think there's anything we can do. Like you can't stop a turn 1 ring. Like with your discard, that doesn't do anything, right? I don't think there's anything like obviously taking out the Pox is an improvement. So that does give us a slot. I mean, we could just play a 4th him. It's not the worst, but like him is really bad. Like in that situation right there, like imagine like our top deck was a him or something like that. So I think what I would do here is probably there's another new card that came out in the new set that like, so Crucible of Words sometimes plays Pox. And I saw just like I saw the deck tag basically. I didn't actually watch the rounds, but that's where I discovered this card. Because I don't generally read spoilers. I wait and see what happens because reading is like too much, too many cards that I'll never see again. And yeah, I don't know. We could move one of the Shield Edicts to the main is an option. Other option, like I do feel like we were kind of hurting for a win con in some of these games. I saw somebody playing this card. Well, I don't want to do the Urza Saga Pox. I don't like Urza Saga Pox. Like it feels super clunky because you have all these lands and you have to play like Urborg and stuff. One option, I didn't have any problem with the mana. Like I didn't feel I was struggling for mana because we're really only playing like the 4 Pox. So I'm not sure what to add here, but it needs to be low curve. I mean, I really wish we could just play a 5th one of these. This was definitely insane the entire. Yeah, I guess you just put it to him. I mean, it's not bad. It does give you like the ability to high roll. It is disruptive. Like we just got unlucky. And yeah, maybe we would have won that last game. I don't think we probably would have because we just lost to Karnforge. I think fundamentally it's just a bad matchup. You could play cards that are just really good against the deck structurally, but I think what you really are looking for is exactly Null Rod, and we don't have access to that as a no reserve list deck. So yeah, this is where I'll leave it. I think there will be a lot of games where this doesn't do anything and it just pinged you a bunch. But I mean, you can always do a late game Wasteland. And had we put like 7 flying 1/1 insect creature tokens on the table, that would have been impactful for sure. That would have been really good. So it is nice having that option for sure. And it is like a combo with Smallpox. So I'll leave it there. I love playing Pox archetype. I'll definitely play more and hopefully we'll just get like less. But until next time, be excellent to each other and